Today I'm going to show you how to use tracing and transfer paper to transfer your image onto your canvas when you're painting in acrylic paints. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. Now the reason that I will use the tracing and transfer paper method is that it keeps my artwork very, very clean. I can do all of the erasing that I need on my tracing paper without having to worry about having eraser marks and stuff like that all over my canvas itself. Now this works very well for me because I use a fairly flat paint. I'm using Liquitex Basics. If you're using a high gloss paint like Liquitex Heavy Body, some of the golden paints, this may not work as well for you. But for the flat paints, it's amazing. I always start with acrylic paintings by painting a base coat of something on that canvas so that I'm not fighting the white of the canvas. With acrylics, they dry so quickly that if I want a very detailed background, if I've got a lot of clouds going on, anything like that, I'm going to paint the entire background, the whole sky, whatever it is, and pretend whatever the subject is, I paint right through it. I'm not going to draw out the subject first and try to paint around it. Acrylics dry too quickly, and so you can end up with brush marks that you didn't want there. So if you want things very smooth, it's better if you just paint your entire background and then draw your subject over that. The supplies you will need for this, besides your actual painting supplies and canvas, you will need tracing paper. You can use generic. This does not have to be a high quality brand. It really doesn't matter for this. I draw out my subject with a regular graphite pencil. When you're using this method, you can also trace directly from your monitor. I have a video showing you how to do that if you prefer to trace. Next, you are going to need transfer paper. I use one by Low Cornell. This is my favorite. If I'm working on a darker background, I'm going to go with the white. If my background is really light, then I will use the black transfer paper. Not a huge fan of the graphite paper. I just don't like it as much. You're also going to need a ballpoint pen, preferably one that is out of ink, or a set of stylus. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how I do this. So I start by taping my drawing to my canvas. I use regular masking tape for this, get it positioned how I want. Now I'm going to take my transfer paper. I'm going to put the white side down. Double check your transfer paper to make sure you've got the right side down before you go through a lot of time drawing everything out. You can see my transfer paper is a lot smaller than my actual canvas. That is okay. The transfer paper is going to move around. As long as my tracing paper is traced or taped in place, that's not a problem. So now I'm going to take my stylus and just draw over my actual line drawing. This is going to transfer the image right onto my canvas. And again, the type of paint that you're using will make a difference. If you're using a high gloss paint, it doesn't stick very well. And you can see my line is coming out just fine. I always like to double check that as I'm working to make sure I'm not wasting my time. I have had some transfer paper not work real well. You're just gonna move this around as you go and draw everything out. A side tip, notice how I have two corners of my drawing taped to the canvas. You don't want to just tape it in the middle because it will slide around as you're working and really mess up your transferring of the drawing. So there is the full drawing. You can see how easy that was. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, art Q&A videos every Thursday, and artist vlogs each weekend. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys in a couple of days.